Hi, Collective. It's Intuitive Pisces Moon, and I am ready to jump into another shadow reading today. So, I actually was really nervous to post the last shadow reading video because, again, kind of based on the normal people that you meet in everyday life, a lot of them are not prepared to do the shadow work. So, because I have gotten such a great response to that last video, I am here to do sort of like a continuation, okay? So we're going to use a couple of the same decks and a couple of different ones, and we are going to see where this takes us. So I hope you're all prepared to get into the deep shadows, the trenches as I call it, and see what we are in for collectively, okay? So let's get started with some soul lessons. So what collectively are we working on in soul lessons? Spirit, please. Okay, so we have honesty. So in the last one, we did have truth, so very similar. Can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. So even though there may be times where, other people may lie to us, unfortunately, we at least know that what we can control is what comes out of our own mouths. And hopefully that is the truth. We have regret. I know that I cannot change the past. Okay. So that's beautiful too, because again, we're not dwelling on what's happened. I associate that too as, maybe you made some mistakes in your life, but you're not defined by those mistakes. Okay. They don't have to define who you are. And if people try to do that to you, that's where we're breaking out of those patterns. We're not allowing other people to label us based on our past mistakes. We're growing past that. We have trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Very nice. So that is also about trusting our intuition. Okay, so again, not leaning on the opinions of others, but going within and trusting our own inner guidance, whether it is from, spirit, God, ancestors, guardians, our higher self, whatever the voice is, it's our inner voice that's telling us to correctly do what we need to do. Okay, we have indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of life. All right. So the lack of a decision is a decision in itself. Think about that. If you sit there at a crossroads and don't make a decision, that is a decision in itself. I look at that too as standing up for somebody or standing up for your beliefs. Because, if you're in a group of people and they all think one way, but you disagree, if you don't speak up and say your piece about whatever it is that you feel, you're technically agreeing with them because you're not speaking against them. All right. And then the last one we have is self-esteem. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. I love that. Okay. So what I'm going to do is we are going to get some spirit messages in this reading, and we are also going to go into the Keepers of the Light Oracle. So let's go into the Keepers of the Light and see what they have to say about these piles. Okay, so we have Master Buddha, increased awareness, deep connection, trust your inner voice. That is literally exactly what that card says. Okay, and then we have Krishna, which is devotion. Trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognized. You are loved unconditionally. Okay. We have Gaia, Earth connection. Be mindful of the planet, come back to Earth, and stay grounded. All right. Melchizedek, which is higher learning. You have learned from experience. More inner study is now required to further progress. And let's get one more. Archangel Michael, trusting heaven. You are safe. Angels stand close. Surrender your concerns and allow a miracle to occur. Okay. Now, what I like about Archangel Michael is he's got that sword of light. So, with the sword of light, you can call upon him anytime you need to cut a cord between you and somebody. So, it's on the self esteem card. So, let's just say hypothetically, you have someone in your life who may be keeping you in some sort of low self esteem situation. Maybe they tear down your looks, or they're constantly, telling you what you should or shouldn't do, and it makes you feel bad about yourself. You can call upon Archangel Michael to use his sword of light to cut the cord between you and a person. Okay. All right. Let's read on Krishna devotion. So it says, trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognized and you are loved unconditionally. You have a deep spiritual connection and must trust the guidance that's coming through. Your devotion to the spiritual path has been recognized. It may feel as if you've been on a mental or emotional battlefield, but there are sweet messages of hope around you now. Krishna is here to boost your sense of connection to the divine and encourage you to act from your soul. If a decision needs to be made, ask yourself what will honor your soul and those around you. If you can choose the best for all involved, then you will feel even closer to the divine. Okay, very nice. Let's move over to Gaia. And this is Earth connection. Be mindful of the planet, come back to Earth, and stay grounded. You are blessed to receive this Great Mother card today because it shows that the Earth itself, through the image of Gaia, is protecting your path. You are a strong, focused, and loving individual. Stay grounded and don't allow your imagination, ego, or fears to run away with you. Ensure your choices are for the highest good. Gaia is also bringing her motherly love to you and encircling you in a cocoon of peace. If you had troubles with a mother in your life or are feeling disconnected from or grieving your own mother, Gaia helps revitalize that connection and will bring healing where it is possible. If you are a mother and are worrying about these duties, know that Gaia is thanking you for your hard work and commitment. The earth is blessed to have you. All right. Very nice. Let's get over to Master Buddha. And this is for increased awareness, deep connection, trust your inner voice. You are moving beyond the illusions that fear has created so that you can be more focused on your priorities and what is serving you on this path. All suffering eventually comes to an end, and acknowledging how you really feel and what occurred in order for you to feel this way will help you move beyond it. Call on Master Buddha now to help you remember you are part of something that is greater than suffering. The wheel of karma is turning in your favor, and all your acts of kindness and goodness will benefit you. Thoughts may arise now that solve issues in your life, home, relationships, or work. They are being sent to you from your inner teacher, the Buddha within. All right, very nice. So again, I associate that to kind of your higher self. That is your inner voice that can see kind of a higher perspective of your life and the path and everything. So again, something to trust. And then let's get over to Melchizedek. So he stands for higher learning. You have learned from experience. More inner study is now required to further progress. You have learned so much to this point, and we are learning more every day. You are recognizing all of the great lessons your experiences and challenges have brought to you and are preparing for a transition or inner ascension where you will move beyond another level of fear and into the inner sanctum of your heart and soul. Become aware of patterns, ancient symbols, and signs being sent to you from the universe. There's a sense that you are now able to focus in a new way and offer greater light to the world. Melchizedek and his order are with you now, leading you towards spiritual wisdom. Meditate and connect with their light. All right. And let's get over to Archangel Michael. So This is trusting heaven. You are safe. Angels, stand close. Surrender your concerns and allow a miracle to occur. Your angel team is with you now. You are not in this alone. You may be feeling sensitive or overwhelmed, but your angels are inviting you to take a step back so that they can come in and share their light of miracles. You may feel that your prayers aren't heard, but that doubt blocks solutions from entering your life. Know that Archangel Michael and his legion of angels are here to help clear anything that's not serving you so that you can allow in the miracles of change that you deserve. Okay, beautiful energy there. So again, you have a lot of support here, and it's appearing like, yes, we're learning all this stuff, but at the same time, we're using the lessons of the past to move forward. So that's the most important thing in itself. All right, let's get some messages, some spirit messages. Make today your new beginning. Try to leave any past mistakes in the past. Don't allow them to weigh you down any longer. Move forward today with the confidence and knowing that you have better and brighter days ahead. Okay, very nice. Perhaps you are too reminded all too often just how quickly the phases in your life can shift. One change after another. You are learning to adapt and grow. Be kind and gentle with yourself. Oops. You are doing your best, and that is enough. Any difficulties you face will not last forever. Release the thoughts and feelings that don't feel good. Focus all of your energy on love, happiness, and your hopes and dreams. Whenever you talk to us, it never goes unheard. We hear every single word. This is your confirmation that we are assisting you, guiding you, and ensuring your wishes finally come to fruition. Be patient. Everything will come together for you. All right, very nice. And then last one, self-awareness is key. Take time today to go within and spend time with your soul. Go for a walk in nature or ground yourself. Meditate, listen to your favorite music, whatever you enjoy most, do that today. I think that's also lovely because I don't know where you all live, but the weather here has been very, I'm going to call it shifty. It's cold, it'll snow for one day and then be 70 degrees the next day. I mean, it's just so strange and interesting, and that's just how it goes around here. So, going for a walk in nature, it feels like some days you can do that and some days you just can't, and that's okay. But you could always stay indoors and listen to your favorite music if you can't get outside. Okay. We are getting into the magical spirit oracle. So, let's see what we have here. Okay, we have flower child, momentum, creativity, and action. The alchemist, empowerment, pain, and sorceress. Liberation, free spirit, wild, and authentic. The red rose, overcoming obstacles, finding joy, and carefree. And then the last one is the Voyager. Return home, lessons, and realizations. Okay, very nice. So let's go ahead and read on those ones. So the first one up is the Flower Child number 14 for anybody that cares about that. So 4 might be a number you see repeatedly. Could also be 5. 5 is change. 5 is always going to be change. And we are in the midst of that. Okay. So let me see if I can read what it says. It says, I hope that over everyone else, you learn to make yourself proud. So that's what her book says there. So this is the one we're reading on. Okay. The affirmation for this card is I am the beekeeper of my own garden that grows. It's so easy to accidentally live for others, for their approval, praise, and validation. The ego thrives off this. It's easier for it to exist and make choices that way. But more than ever, now is a time to take your focus off the wants of others and start focusing on the pulls of your soul and heart, even if it doesn't seem right. What does spirit call you to do? What is it that you really want to do, to feel? Ironically, perhaps channeling your energy there will end up being the best service to others. Not desperate attempts to satisfy that come from lack, comfortableness, or scarcity. Dear flower child, throwing her seeds in flowers, you are blooming even when you thought you couldn't. Your sweetness is now attracting the bees. Think of your every channels energy channels as bees that pollinate, nourish flowers that and growth. You have the power to summon them and send them wherever you want. Where you will where will you send them, Queen Bee? Remember this. The card is an energy of royalty. What you say and what you think has great power behind it now. With so many bees on your side, now is a potent time for creativity, projects, and taking action on whatever it is that you really want to do. Anything that you act on or set intentions for has the perfect sacred soil right now on the physical and metaphysical levels. So plant your seeds, magic flower child. You are ripe with power and possibility. Use it. Drawing this card can also be an affirmation of self love and honoring your own sacred life. You're at a place of rich soil, which is your soul, and nutrients. You planted yourself, watered yourself, and you've grown so much because of it. And so you shall continue. Even when it feels like you've been buried, you still find a way to flourish. Okay, that is beautiful. So I also associate that with, in tarot, the Seven of Pentacles. It is about having patience, that your seeds that you planted are growing or that are going to grow. Okay. I also associated with the lotus flower. If you look at this, okay, that is about blooming in adversity. That is about coming up through the muck and the darkness and just trusting your journey that once you get up to the top, you will see daylight and you will bloom. Okay. So, again, beautiful energy there. The next one is number 39, the alchemist. And on the cup that she is sitting in with a book, it says, oh, I don't break that easy. Not anymore. Instead, I use things as fuel. Awesome. Okay. So 39. So this is for empowerment, pain, sorceress, and heart. Your affirmation is I light the spark of power and strengthen within my heart. The hero's path, the gaining of strength, the path of empowerment. Heartbreak, challenges, trauma, being underestimated, failure. Why should we let these things keep us down? Instead of seeking to use them as opportunities to overcome, to make ourselves proud, to strengthen our minds, to become a higher human and learn from them. This is the path of the hero. Instead of letting the darkness win, the hero chooses to pursue the ultimate alchemy, turning pain into power. Not everyone is capable of this level of sorcery. For some, pain is very great and penetrates the darkness to the core of their being. Only soul and stubborn persistence can undo a curse like that. but the power does indeed exist within all of us. A hero can still grieve, fall into darkness, give up, fall again, lose hope, seek help, or honor their natural emotions. The difference is that they don't stay there in the darkness. Why would they? They would come out of it. Sorry, what, what would come out of it? What good would that do the hero or anyone else? So they keep trying, they persist. They light up the darkness with their heart again, even if little by little, bit by bit. With the magic of faith and sometimes the aid of others, they choose to fight on for the light of the world, refusing to let the dark side win, become more powerful. This is how we change the world. Healing ourselves heals others. I'm going to say that again. Healing ourselves heals others, which heals the soul of the world. At the end of the day, finding meaning in what happens and having a purpose is unbelievably empowering. This is what fuels our power. This is a love spell that we cast upon our own hearts. It is healing. There is a big difference between having self-compassion and endlessly feeling sorry for ourselves. Falling into the bottomless pit of victimhood is to become the soul that is lost in the place where no light can reach and no tree can grow. Okay, so that is about, again, it's not about how many times you fall that defines you, it is about how many times you get up after that shows your strength of character. Okay, I can't say that enough. That is just beautiful energy right there. I feel like I say that all the time, but I am a fan of shadow work. I know that there aren't many tarot readers out there that want to touch this subject with a 10-foot pole, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to go into the trenches with you because I've been there. I've navigated it. I know what it looks like, and we're going to go together. You know, we're in this journey together. All right, the next one, number 43, which is liberation. And hers says, just let me be. So this is about being a free spirit, wild, authentic, and carefree. Your affirmation is, I am unapologetically being myself. I connect with my wild. I love that. So again, that's, you don't even care what other people think of you. You are just living your life. Okay? Raging waters, the one who cannot be caged, the wildflower, the heart that is free, the liberated spirit is not one who has changed or is different now. They just stopped being everything they are not. They stopped being who others wanted them to be, how the world said they should be. The free spirit calls you near. Carefree and unapologetic, they dance barefoot beneath the full moon, hair flying in the wind. They swim naked in the vast ocean, feeling big and small all at once. It doesn't matter who may be watching. It isn't for others. It's for the revival and invigoration of their own spirit. It is to connect with the great goddess. The free spirit runs barefoot on endless fields of wildflowers and even wildfires, following her bliss, chasing her passion, and listening to her intuition. Over all else, she values the freedom of her soul and the adventure of her life. She drinks straight from the cool, clear waterfall of what spirit has to bring her. Tears of gratitude fill her eyes as she deeply experiences the fullness of her existence, appreciating the so muchness of it all. Pulling this card invites you to welcome more of this energy at this time. There is an irresistible freedom that comes with connecting to this part of the divine feminine. It is wild, unapologetic, and faithfully surrendered. It is unhinged, unfiltered, erratic, creative bliss. And we need it. Our soul cannot thrive if we don't have it. Our primal self needs to let out a loud yell every now and then. The wild animal within us must be allowed to break free. This is part of keeping a healthy soul. All right. That's for anybody who wants to just go run out and scream into the abyss. Scream into a pillow. If you can't scream outside because you don't want to be looked at funny, go scream into your pillow. Sometimes we just need that cathartic release. Maybe stuff is not going well in your life at the moment, and you just need to let it out. All right. However you choose to do it. Sometimes I'll play a song and I will get in my car and scream the song at the top of my lungs. And again, that to me is cathartic as well. One song that comes to mind that I do that with very often is Offspring. And I can't think of the name of the song. I'll put it in the notes. But it goes, I said it before, I'll say it again. If you could just listen, then it might make sense. So back off your rules, back off your jive. Now I'm sick of not living to stay alive. Leave me alone. Anyways, that's the song. All I Want. That's the name of the song. It's all I want. He sings way too high for me to go there. I'm sorry. I give you a little glimpse of it, but that is one song. Oh, it is such a cathartic release, and I love it. I will play that on blast, screaming at the top of my lungs, and it's basically about feeling oppressed. It's like I'm sick of it. You're just screaming, I'm sick of it. So, anyways, if anybody needs a cathartic release, great song. Go listen to it. All right, let's move on. Whew. So next one is the red rose, number 18. And this is overcoming obstacles, finding joy, Buddha energy, and carefree, which is funny. We did have Buddha. Yep, right there, Buddha. So Buddha came out twice. So maybe some of you are looking into taking on kind of a more Buddhist lifestyle. I know that I was personally raised Christian, and I almost went through sort of like a midlife crisis in my early to mid 20s. And I started to want to follow kind of a more Buddhist mindset of things. And internally, I struggled with that because I kept thinking, they teach you in Christianity that you should have no other gods before you. But yet here you are wanting to take on these Buddhist, lifestyles and traits and stuff like that. So I kept feeling like, am I abandoning my religion because of this? And, anyways, many years have passed since that now, and I have come to terms with it. I've come to realize that we don't only have to follow one way of doing things. Okay. I would consider myself now kind of an omniist. I believe that there is truth in a little bit of everything. I don't strictly follow one faith or the other. I do have my background of upbringing, and I have kind of my spiritual beliefs of what I've acquired as an adult and my life lessons. So again, you all have your own paths to live. And if Buddhism is something that's calling to you, I will say that it did help me to find my inner calm. I constantly felt like anxiety ridden and stressed and that sort of thing. So it did help me to find my inner calm and to not be so triggered by things. Okay. So, anyways, there's that. Let's read on this. Your affirmation is I freely flow and find my path. I nurture my joy. An ally and guide, the red rose represents a being that blooms even in impossible situation. This particular rose grew from the concrete of the sidewalk. Nature always finds a way. She has an all-seeing eye at the center of her petals. She has used her insights and magic to overcome all odds and obstacles in her way, even when others didn't believe that it was possible. Her spirit is surprisingly lighthearted, playful, and colorful for such a resilient and spiritually connected being who chooses to be stubborn and still seek joy, magic, and meaning despite circumstances. This results in her ability to continue growing and even uplift and inspire others as they try to do the same. There is a carefree and fluid energy behind this card. This card and guide invite you to stop being so serious. to trust that you will make it through whatever it is that you need to, as you have in the past. You are not permanently stuck, so lighten up. Relax the worry, overthinking, and doubt. It isn't helping you or anybody. It only blocks what you want and where you're trying to get to. If you have pulled the red rose, it could also mean that a mentor or guide will come into your life with a teaching to help you overcome an obstacle, or a person who is already in your life could greatly assist you at this time. Is there someone who always seems to stay joyful and light? Observe and learn from these people. The most enlightened teachers on the planet are those who seem to always be giggling. The Buddhas of the world. Learn from them how they are, not just what they say. Okay. Beautiful energy. I like, especially, the stubborn soul growing through the cracks of the cement. Here, I'm going to pull this card up. You can kind of see the rose there growing up through the cracks. So again, it's maybe people in your life have counted you out. They've said, you'll never amount to this. You'll never be able to do that. Maybe you told them your hopes and your dreams and people just shot you down. And you're like, you know what? I'm strong and resilient. I'm going to grow through these cracks and this hardship. I'm going to make it happen because I want it to happen and I am the leader of my own life. Okay? And again, I'm also getting that as laugh through your turmoil. Sometimes things are hard and we encounter difficult situations. If you can learn to laugh at yourself and just laugh at situations, you will naturally become more lighthearted. Okay? Let's go to the next one, number 10. And this is the Voyager. So on the card, it says, it's okay to forget and then remember all over again. So the Voyager stands for a return home, lessons, awakening, and realizations. Your affirmation is, I am remembering a lesson of my soul and I am returning home. Sometimes we are afraid of getting lost on our journey, only to realize that often getting lost is part of the journey, part of the great adventure. Getting lost and finding our way back home to our soul, to our deepest truths. It is time to remember, not with your mind, but with your heart. Where is love or truth lacking in your life? It's okay to sometimes get distracted and wander for a while. Maybe you forgot or got sidetracked, tempted, or even lost on a different path. Desire, person, ego trip, or mission. This is how we learn, by experiencing and getting to know all the things that we are not. We evolve into who we are meant to be, so that we may unlearn and unbecome them. All right, I'm going to go back and talk on that for a second before I continue. Again, these have to do with kind of the social constructs that you were raised with, whether it be society that placed them on you, your parents, your family, your friends, even your romantic relationships. Somebody told you at one point who you ought to be, and you did that. Okay? It's very rare that somebody would, from birth, stand up for themselves immediately and be like, nope, I'm not doing that. I am this and I already know and I've got it. The whole point of the journey and the path that we take is to learn lessons along the way. And we're now learning what belief systems were put on us from childhood and from, again, all the places that it came from. Maybe at school, you must behave this way. There's that saying I go back to, children are meant to be seen and not heard. And oh, that saying just breaks my heart. You're literally telling a child that they have no voice, that they need to sit down and shut up and do what you're told. Okay? You're not harboring any sort of creative, mindsets with that. You're not allowing them to learn in their own ways. And that, again, don't get me on this rant about how schools are ran nowadays, or even have always been, sadly. They don't harbor different viewpoints and different ways of learning. They basically stick you all in one classroom, teach one way, and expect everyone to catch up and to learn with everyone else. And that's just not how it works. We're all different. And what I like about, individuality is that we can celebrate our differences. I can go up to another person and say, namaste. The beauty in me recognizes the beauty in you. And I don't have to compare myself to that person. And hopefully that person doesn't feel the need to compare themselves to me. Okay? So that's what I'm getting with that card. Let me continue reading. Every time we remember and return home, the awakening of it gets stronger and deeper. Repeated lessons get better understood and more powerful each time, like a sacred spiral that moves inward, getting closer and closer to the final center point. We get even more rooted in this home, whether it's spiritual, emotional, relational, and or psychological. If you have pulled this card, it is time to come back to truth, or maybe you have recently returned. It could be calling you in the most subtle ways, things not feeling quite aligned, or even just a gentle nudge or whisper pulling you in a different direction. Don't judge yourself. This is an essential part of soul strengthening and development. Let your heart be your compass here. Okay, let's get into some spirit messages. Your life is about to start moving quickly in some areas. Events that seem to have been on hold suddenly propel forward. Move with the flow and be mindful of what needs your attention most. Make decisions rationally but sensibly. You need to ignore what everyone else is doing and achieving. Your life is about breaking your own limits and outgrowing yourself to live your best life. You are not in competition with anyone else. Plan to outdo your past, not other people. All right. I'm going to put that one over here because I literally just talked about that here and said, again, we are all different and we shouldn't be comparing ourselves to others. They say there is a saying out there, and I could not tell you who said it, but comparison is the thief of joy. If you're going to sit here and look at, someone across the street and they have a nicer car than you, or they have nicer furniture than you, or they have a bigger TV than you, or they go on more vacations than you, whatever the case is, if you're going to compare yourself to someone else, you're always going to feel a lack. Okay. And again, going to social media, people who post things on social media do it to quote unquote keep up with the Joneses. All they're doing is showing the best aspects. And hey, it may even be a totally fluffed lie of whatever they're posting. Okay. Maybe they constantly say, oh, I'm in love. Oh, I'm on vacation. Oh, look at my nice new car. Oh, look at this. And you're just sitting here with your normal life going, wow, why don't I have all that stuff? Well, here's the thing, they're probably miserable. They don't post about the times they've cried, about the times that they've lost things in their life. They're just trying to kind of show you the best aspects of themselves. All right. So just be careful with the comparison. I'm just going to leave it at that. Next one we have is accept where you are at this moment in time. Only then can you begin to move forward. Be clear with your intentions. This makes it easier for us and the universe to help you. Doors will open unexpectedly. Be ready. Make sure you don't start seeing yourself through the eyes of those who don't value you. That is very important. You need to know your worth, even when others don't. You are not what people think of you. All right. Again, this landed on the free spirit, wild, authentic soul. So when people do tear you down, you know, a lot of times it's out of jealousy. They just don't want to see you shine brighter than them. And so a lot of times it's coming from a place within themselves of insecurity. They just want to bring you down to their level. And if you start to see yourself through their eyes and how they perceive you, then you're exactly what they say you are. Unless you can rise above that and believe that you are better because you have self worth, you have self love, and you know that you are better than what somebody is trying to depict you as. Okay? That's on you all to make sure that you see yourself in that light. It's time to hit the reset button. Clear out the old so that room is available for the new to enter. Trust that better things are coming fast. Prepare to move to the next phase in your life. This is your rebirth. Welcome this beautiful brand new energy. You've got this. All right. I love that. So that's again growing through the cracks of the cement. You know, that is tough stuff, but you are tough. You're all tough. You've all been through lots of life lessons. You've learned and you've grown, and you know what's best for you. So don't let anybody else dictate that in your life. Okay. All right. We're getting into the Earth and Bone deck. So far, this has not been that bad. I don't want to speak too soon. Shadow work is ugly. All right. We have Meadow. Success, blessings, and positivity. I love it. That is a beautiful card. I love skeletons and flowers. That's why I love this deck, I think. All right, we have Blood Moon, illusion, uncertainty, narcissism. Beast, conflict, competition, oppressors. Yes. So, and that also falls right here under the one we just talked about of don't see yourself through the eyes of those who don't value you. So if you have an oppressor and a narcissist in your life, they are always going to make you feel that you are less than. So be careful with that. Okay? We have flow, recovery, moving on, and finding peace. Thank you. That one. Ooh, that one hit me. Especially because it fell in the indecision pile. You know, maybe in the past we were not in a flow state. We were stuck, we were stagnant. You know, maybe we did believe what other people said we were. Okay? But I'm seeing that we're getting out of this, and I freaking love it. I'm here for that. Every once in a while, a card comes out, and you're just like, "Oh boy, that one got me in the feels." And then the last one is visionary, confidence, passion, self-worth. Yes. Oh my god, guys, I'm here for this. I seriously am. I love it. It's driving me crazy with how awesome this is. Okay, we're gonna start with this one. Meadow number 42. I opened right to it. I love when that happens. Okay, so this is success, blessings, and positivity. Your spirit guides are encouraging you to be grateful and to relax. They love the energy of pure positivity generated by appreciation. They want you to witness your heart overflowing with joy. You obtain a tremendous amount of power and influence over your reality once you can let go of moments in which you feel disempowered, embarrassed, or vulnerable. Begin by appreciating more, and a habit of gratitude will imprint on your mind more frequently, even if you aren't emotionally attached to a positive mood or the gratitude isn't entirely genuine. Radiate your light with appreciation and attract all the wonderful things meant for you. You are deserving and on the verge of completion. Reverence and thankfulness can help. Don't take yourself too seriously by learning not to take everything so seriously. You learn to live for yourself. When you surrender, you don't lose your light or power. Rather, you elevate your vibration and continue to shine brightly in alignment with spirit. During difficult times, it is extremely important to remember or discover reasons to be grateful. What experiences or activities can you come up with to help you appreciate yourself more? Try positive affirmations and compliment yourself. And they do give you an affirmation for this card. It is, I radiate love and positive energy wherever I go. My life is full of joy and gratitude. So this might be something to look into the mirror and say, just so that you know you're talking to yourself about yourself, you know? Okay, let's get over to this next one. This is number 8, Blood Moon. And this is illusion, uncertainty, narcissism. Be acutely aware of where you send your energy. Be mindful of false idols. You receive nothing from them in exchange for your energy and devotion. You will not reap any benefits or reward from this type of exchange. You may need to take control of your thoughts and redirect your energy to who or what is capable of reciprocating. Start by practicing daily affirmations of self-love. Realize that not everyone will return the good that you send out. Release expectations. Be mindful of who and what you interact with on the earth and spiritual planes. Your subconscious may be leading you down a path of little or no return, causing you to be stagnant. You may benefit from spending less time consuming pop culture or entertainment and move into alignment by spending more time working on self-development. Spirit says by redirecting your thoughts and energy to the appropriate channels that are capable of returning positive energy like love and gratitude, you will open yourself up to receiving more of the same. Your affirmation: I am whole and do not need to chase anything or anyone in order to be complete. I recognize the power that I am. Okay. So again, this is kind of going back to not allowing people to talk down to you. Now, sometimes I'm going to give you an example of this where, some people might be caught in a loop of this. Maybe you had a narcissist parent. Your narcissist parent maybe did constantly talk negatively to you, unfortunately. And when we hear that negative talk to us from people that we quote unquote love and care for, we endlessly pour our love into our parent, constantly want their approval, but maybe they just don't have their own self-love and therefore cannot give it to you. So you are constantly pouring out from your cup of love into this narcissist, and in this instance your parent or whoever it is, and they are not reciprocating back to you. In fact, they're poisoning your self-worth and view of yourself because you start to believe the things they say. Again, maybe it's just like a little snide comment like, oh, that shirt makes you look fat today. It could be anything like that. It could even be the whole thing I said with the kids, they should be seen and not heard. Maybe you were told that your whole life, and so now you just kind of quietly sit in a room and don't ever speak up on your opinion because that was what you were told growing up. So these are just kind of red flags to look out for. A narcissist can be anyone in your life. This can be a boss. This could be a friend. This could be a romantic relationship, a family member. It could be aunt, uncle, cousin, brother, sister. Even your own children may do this to you if you are the parent. Literally any person in your life could come in and prey upon you in this nature and just try to literally drain everything from you. So I like to also call those energy vampires. Okay. So have you guys seen that show, What We Do in the Shadows? It's a very funny show. I recommend it if you haven't seen it yet. But there is a guy on there, Colin, and he is an energy vampire. And he works at an office, or he does at least in the early seasons. He goes into the office and he just kind of goes up to people's cubicles and tells them really sad stories to try to drain their energy. And you can actually see his eyes lighting up as the energy is just siphoning out of the person and he's taking it from them. And he just gets great joy out of this. That is exactly what a narcissist is good at. They learn exactly who they can go to and whose energy they can harvest. And if you are constantly allowing this, then you are just basically feeding a narcissist and leaving yourself empty and with nothing left. And then you're going to go try to give yourself self-love or go get into another relationship, but you have no energy to give. There's nothing to give because it's already been siphoned from you and you haven't filled your own cup up. So this is where we need to enable boundaries with people like this, even if it is a family member, you know? If somebody tries to come at you and you know that like you often leave their presence feeling just drained, stressed, angry even, these are the types of people that you don't want to spend as much time with. And again, if it is a family member, I'm sorry that it is a family member, but we don't have to spend time with people if we don't want to. Okay? Yes, you may have family get togethers and stuff like that, and you may be expected to show up, but just try to avoid those kind of people. You could be quick in passing. Hey, Aunt Betty, how's it going? Okay, goodbye, and go say hi to someone else. If you know Aunt Betty is just the worst at draining your energy, all she wants to do is talk about her problems and dump it out on you because you are the empath and you accept it. And you're like, okay, I'm going to take this junk that you're dumping on me right now. Anyways, there is a possibility for you to avoid these kind of people. Okay. I know that we can all come up with 1,000 excuses as to why we must be in this person's life or we must deal with it. No, we have choices. We all have choices. They made a choice to prey on you. You can make a choice to walk away from it and say, I don't accept this. Okay. You're not stealing my energy anymore. It's my energy and I need it. I have great things to do in this lifetime, and I'm not letting you siphon from me anymore. Okay? You don't have to be mean about it either. You don't even have to tell them that that's why you're not talking to them anymore. You can just politely say, I'm busy today. I can't come. No, I can't talk to you today, Aunt Betty, because I have other things going on in my life. Just slowly start to fade or phase out those people. And if they're friends, it's a little easier to do it with friends because friends kind of come and go. We all know that. It's harder to do it with family members. So, anyways, that's my little spiel on narcissists and the narcissist empath paradigm. That's what it is. They literally look for you to leech off of you. And they cannot harvest their own energy because they just are from a place of lack and they've got nothing inside. They're empty vessels, and they just look to siphon off of whoever they can, and they'll go person to person to person until they've siphoned as much as they can, and they're good. They walk away and don't care. They took what they needed, and they are often very selfish. Yes. Okay. So let's get over to the next one. 33 Beast. All right, and this stands for conflict, competition, oppressors. The wolf that would subdue you in his control and conformity is lacking courage and integrity. Remember, separately from the pack, they are not powerful. They are threatened by you and envious of you. They wish they had the courage to be brave like you, to stand emancipated and free in their individuality, but they cannot, so they attack you. Their opinions, on the other hand, are only valid if they take to the stage or enter the arena to fight for what they believe in and what they want, just as you have. They will criticize from their cheap seats, all in order to drain your energy and steal your power. Oh my God, I just said that. Okay, let's keep going. Remove yourself from circumstances where you can be vulnerable to their attack. Allow them to dwell in their fears. Let them scream from their cheap seats and remain unbothered. When they understand they cannot diminish your light and feed from your energy, they will move on. Let them go in love. Do not pay them any mind. Those who belittle others prove that they are small. They operate from low vibration, trying to pull you down. Separate yourself and sympathize that they must be in tremendous amounts of fear and pain to try to inflict it on another. It is not for you to educate them or help them. They've been inundated with other people's beliefs that want them to be fearful and put down. Therefore, They're typically incapable of reason. To release their beliefs is to question their own reality, and they are not ready to do that. Low vibrational people who cannot trust their inner knowing are lost and unfortunate souls. They will drown you if you try to save them. Let them go in peace, focus on yourself and those who bring you love and generosity. You may be facing a time when you feel alone, but you are never alone. Your guides are with you and are showering you with love. Your affirmation: I no longer feel obligated to live according to others' expectations. I live my life according to my beliefs. I forgive those who may have imposed their beliefs on me. I let go of others' expectations and any feelings of obligation I may have accumulated. All right. Wow. All right. This card literally wrapped up everything that I just said. I find it amazing when that happens. It's just spirit talking, and I love the synchronicity. It seriously is. So, again, as I said, these are people that literally just want to drain your energy. They are soulless vessels often, or lost souls, who don't face their own stuff. Maybe you have done your work or you're in the process of doing your work, and they themselves don't care to see their own BS. So you can sit there and try to rationalize and reason as to why this person might be the way they are, try to fix them, try to help them. But as this card said, they're just going to drown you. They are going to bring you down to their level because that's where they feel you should be. So it is best to distance yourself and to have the understanding that that person just is the way they are, but it doesn't need to affect or bother you. Okay? Get on with your life and choose to be happy for yourself. All right. Let's get into the next one. This is flow. So this is number 21, and it is recovery, moving on, and finding peace. You have a responsibility to yourself to face your pain or hardships and heal yourself so that you can love your life and live it to the fullest. Unblock the flow of abundance through forgiveness. Visualize your past traumas in a water current and let them dissolve. The key to your success and fulfillment lies on the other side of forgiving your past and the people who hurt you. You will prosper and heal yourself once you forgive and let go of any wrongdoings. Your spirit allies are deeply sorry for your suffering and recognize your difficulties, but they gently help you to understand that you must go through the experiences in order to progress. They remind you that if you want peace and prosperity, you must choose to move on. Reflect where unforgiveness resides in your subconscious. Decide if you are willing to be totally free. Cleanse yourself of all negative debris. See any grief, anger, or resentment that is holding you back clearly in your thoughts as you let go and forgive it. Continue to envision it disintegrating as it flows away in a stream. Believe that letting go of these worries is possible. Feel your heart begin to fill with love. Miracles can happen, and you are deserving of them. You preserve control over your own destiny and reality. Allow yourself to let go of whatever expectations you may have placed on others, as well as any grief and pain they may have caused on you. Let go of any expectations that have been placed on you. You set yourself free by giving to others. Your affirmation: I forgive myself. I am enough. I let love in. I release the past and any energies that do not serve my greatest good. Okay, so let's talk for a second about forgiveness, because that is a touchy subject with a lot of people. Some people are not ready to forgive those who have hurt them. I get it. I totally get it. But forgiveness does not mean that, first of all, you have to go up to that person and say, I forgive you. You don't even have to do that. You don't at all, because they could care less. All right. Let's just pretend they're this narcissist and they hurt you. They're just probably going to laugh, because again, they don't care. They only care about themselves. So keep that in mind when you're thinking about how somebody hurt you so deeply. All right? It is a reflection of them and who they are and has zero to do with you and you, your person, your persona. Okay? They may have just chosen you to prey upon. And again, you can forgive yourself for falling into that. You can forgive them for what they did to you and move on with your life. The forgiveness is for you. And all you have to do is internally say, I forgive Aunt Betty for being a narcissist, terrible person. And that's it. And again, you may have to see her all the time at family parties. All you have to do is just acknowledge, yep, there's Aunt Betty, the narcissist. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh. This is a serious matter, but anyways, you can just kind of say that to yourself and go talk to somebody else who does fill you with joy, who does care about your well-being, who does want to see you succeed, who isn't trying to tear you down constantly. So, all right. Again, forgiveness is for you. It is basically a gift to yourself. It allows you to let go, to finally have that peace, and you don't ever have to talk to that person again if you don't want to. All right? Hey, you're allowed to cut off family members. You're also allowed to not explain why. All right? Now, you may have other family members coming up to you. Hey, how come you don't talk to Aunt Betty anymore? What's your problem, man? You don't have to even respond to them. You can just say, I have my reasons, and walk away. Okay? It can literally be as simple as that. It does not have to be a complicated situation. All right, let's get to this last one, and this is visionary number 9. This stands for confidence, passion, and self-worth. Consider the past and carefully acknowledge and identify what you've learned. Forgive yourself now. Accept yourself as you are. Your enthusiasm is limitless, and it is accompanied by a generous spirit and a desire to succeed. People who don't understand you may mistake your dedication and focus for vanity or even bossiness. But take comfort in knowing that you care profoundly and are unwaveringly devoted to those who give love. Don't get upset by prior mistakes. Don't point the finger at others. When life gets tough, be there for yourself. Make yourself at ease. Compliment yourself. Consider connecting with individuals who support you. Knowing that you're not alone brings a sense of belonging and worth. You're working so hard to uncover your calling. That glimmer of inspiration will give you your life meaning and make you want to live. You're on the lookout for experiences that will make you feel alive. A piece of advice: don't try so hard. Stop looking for that one thing that will make your life better right away. Realize your spirit guides have already been working to improve your situation. Let go of the reins and just be. All the solutions will be given once you start. Just enjoying the things and you appreciate in life. Finding that missing piece or key to unlock fulfillment does not make a life abundant. When life is appreciated, it is at its best. So get started doing what you like. It's that simple. Simply concentrate on what you enjoy doing. Your affirmation: I am supported by the universe. I trust my inner guidance. Okay. That's literally 3 times now in this reading that say I trust my inner guidance. Okay. So I'm gathering that maybe for some of you, that's not been something that we have done in the past. If you want to think about how to trust your inner guidance, think of a situation or a time in your life where maybe either someone said something about a person. Okay. They're like, oh, I get a bad vibe from that person. They just don't seem like a good person. And then maybe you're like, whatever. And you became friends with them and found out later that they were a terrible person. Maybe that was a time you did not trust your inner guidance. But then maybe there was another situation where you did. You get it like a gut feeling. Sometimes we can get goosebumps. We can get intuitive hits, they're called, like, hey, don't talk to that person. You don't want to go there, and if you trust that and you don't, and then find out later that they met someone else and screwed them over really bad, you know? I mean, again, just pay attention to stuff like that. So, all right. So, let's get a couple more spirit messages and then we can close out this reading. I hope this has been helpful to you guys. We did cover a lot. And it looks like we're figuring stuff out. You know, leave Aunt Betty in the corner by herself because eventually everyone's going to see what you see. And she'll just be left alone and can't leech off of anybody anymore. And I'm sorry if you guys have an Aunt Betty and she's a nice person. I just randomly come up with strange names, you know, and they're just examples, okay? They're not literally calling out Aunt Betty if you have an Aunt Betty. Although maybe you do have an Aunt Betty that's really terrible and this is your reading. I don't know, but it just came to me, so I went with it. Take some time to rest and rejuvenate. You need to pace yourself with the changes that are coming your way. They are all positive. Bigger and better things are coming for you. Just relax and trust. Keep moving forward even if you are unsure of your next step or where it may take you. Trust that you are walking the path that you are meant to walk, and remember that we are walking it with you. Trust yourself more. All right. And when it says we are walking it with you, that is a multitude of the whom are walking with you. You have your spirit guides, you have your ancestors, you have archangels, guardian angels, spirit guides, gods, goddesses, your higher self, you know, your soul tribe, you have spirit animals, and the collective, you know, us, we are all going through this together. Okay, you're never alone. You can always find somebody to relate to if you feel alone, and you know, kind of talk through some of this stuff. I have found in surprising places people that do want to talk about this kind of stuff, because I swear this topic feels so off limits to so many people. They're unwilling to face their crap. All right. So if you are doing the work, good for you. I applaud you. And so does your spirit team. Okay. Keep going, keep growing, and keep flowing. Slow down and take your time. There is no need to rush. You are already doing your part. Trust that what belongs in your life is already making its way towards you in divine timing. There it is. Okay. Don't lose sight of this truth. You came here to evolve and grow. It is necessary to experience the difficult times. That is when you will grow the most. There is always light at the end of the tunnel. Be proud of your journey. Yes, 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 yes. Don't allow anyone to abuse your power or take it away from you. Remember, you will be treated how you allow others to treat you. Show them that you value yourself far too much to settle for anything less than you deserve. There it is, people. Man, I can't stress that enough. It's just great. Now, bottom of the deck on this one, I'll read one more just to get a closing message. Trust yourself more. Know that you are in the right place at the right time. Opportunities will present themselves to you when they are meant to, all in divine timing. Get excited about the future again instead of fearing it. Okay. So again, that's going back to the flow mentality, the grow mentality. We're breaking out of that fear mentality, okay? And lack mentality. And that's again where all of these kind of narcissists sit and wait. They're just waiting for you to get scared of something, and then they go and pounce on you and feed off your energy. You know, they're like, "Oh, you're in a fear mentality. I got to get that. Let me drag you down to my level." And they may even say a little morsel of something that's, you know, trying to get you to be scared or to make you feel like you're not enough. You know, you just have to kind of rise above it and trust that you know how powerful you are, how amazing you are, how capable you are, how lovable you are. You know, some of these people that prey on you maybe even make you feel that you're not lovable. And that's just garbage. It's garbage. I just want to tell each and every one of you right now that you're worthy, you're lovable, you can do anything that you put your mind to, and that you don't have to listen to any of this garbage that's being fed to you, okay? So that is your message for today. And thank you so much for joining me. Again, it is my pleasure to read these messages for you, and I hope you got something out of it. I do wish you all a lifetime of happiness, health, wealth, abundance, and as always, love. Very much namaste to you all. The beauty in me recognizes and honors the beauty in all of you. You're all beautiful souls, okay? And we're all going through difficult times. So keep in mind that I'm a beacon of light here to help guide you through the darkness. And if you ever need anything, please do not hesitate to ask. Thank you so much again for being here. Have a blessed life, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you so much. Bye.